it's like this chasm got bigger and bigger and bigger between us, and it just became more distant.
We started to fall apart because our relationship wasn't built on honesty. I met a single mom. I fell in love with her.
Robin and I dated for a year before we got engaged, and then we were married 6 months later. Callista was 21 months old when we got married.
So I had some secrets from my past I didn't want her to know about me.
I had been hurt a lot, and I didn't really have a lot of boundaries.
We were immediately into an instant family scenario. I wasn't working, I was a college student, so we were dirt poor.
We would hang out and just watch movies, or we would have friends over.
I just wanted to be with Ginger so much and hang out with her, and just being in the same space as her was so exciting.
Robin had a lot of secrets, and he had been lying to me about who he was and what he had done.
I was certain that if she actually knew the real me, or if she knew some of the things I had done or what I was capable of, that she would leave. And I feared losing her more than anything.
I allowed him to yell at me, or I allowed him to do certain things that I should not have done.
I was actually creating this snowball that was going to wreak havoc in our marriage.
I just finally got to the end of it where I said, no more, I'm done. This is not the way it's going to be.
I always had to wrestle with the man I wished that I was, the kind of man I looked up to.
The worst moment of my life is when he confessed to having had sex with this other woman. And in that moment, I completely collapsed on our driveway. And I thought I was going to die. I did not know that a human could hurt that much and still live.
I was certain that that information would end my marriage. I was certain that Ginger would divorce me. That was actually the point when God began to go to work at restoring our marriage.
And when he started confessing, the weirdest thing happened to me is I actually started loving him, and I told him I loved him for the first time, and I actually meant it.
I came to a place where I realized that I had to be right with God first and foremost. I had to quit trying to manage outcomes, and I had to trust God with all of it.
When Robin started repenting, he truly repented. He truly changed from his ways. He was sorry, very sorry from the beginning, and he never blamed me for any of his past behavior.
I'm able to experience this thing, connection to my Creator, connection to my family. This is something that I have longed for my whole life. Today, we're a family that is whole.
Marriage is hard, but it is so worth it. And I'm glad that I stayed. I'm glad that Robin and I have worked together to make this relationship what it is. I'm glad that we have allowed God to do what he wanted to do in our lives and in our family.
We're coming up on our 25th anniversary this August, actually on August 25th. And we really look at it more like 17 and 8. We have the first 17 years where we were struggling in our marriage, where I was trying to manage my own life, and then we have the last 8 where we have both been committed to surrendering our life and will over to the care of God.